Why is it so difficult to stick to a plan? If I asked you to choose between an orange and an orange tart, which one would you choose? And if I said that I would give you one of these right away, then which one would you choose? If you changed your mind from this to this, it's perfectly fine. You're normal. We all are aware of the healthy options that we have in life, yet we tend to choose the unhealthy options at times just to satisfy our need for instant gratification, which only leads us to regret and disappointment in the future. Are you also one of those people who are guilty of waking up one fine day and enrolling in a gym, or jumping onto a diet plan just because your weighing scale says that you're a few kgs up? Or have you promised yourself that you will go to the gym 4 days in a week and even once becomes a problem fighting to get out of bed? Or having received that meal plan in your mail and waiting that you will start on a Monday? Which Monday? It's perfectly alright if you've done things like this. It's not you. Our brains are wired in such a way that we tend to choose instant pleasures over long-term benefits. Self-control is just the opposite of that. It is the ability to resist short-term temptations to follow a plan that is beneficial for us in the future. Have you heard of the famous marshmallow experiment conducted by the Stanford University? They took a few children and placed them in a room one by one, and each one was offered a marshmallow. And they were told they could either consume the marshmallow right away or they could hold on for 15 minutes, in which case they would be offered a second marshmallow. It was noted that the children who waited for 15 minutes turned out to be mentally, emotionally, and socially more well-adjusted adults. How many of us choose the easier and faster option now? Choosing the easier option will only make it harder later. Successful people make sure they do what it takes now so they can live an easier and better life later. Why do some people find it so easy to adapt to diets and other routines? If it's about life and death, only then people change. If it's just ruining your life, people won't change. Don't be most people. You needn't wait for a life-threatening situation to change. Change now. Successful people begin with the end result and figure out a way to get there. Unsuccessful people look at where they are and how hard it is for them. Needless to say, if you continue like this, life will continue to be hard. Make goals your priority. Discipline is key. Conquer yourself. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline is more consistent, yet not very dependable. Make them work for you. Let me conclude with Jim Rohn's quote. He says, we must suffer one of the two pains, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment. Don't choose the latter, choose the first so you can love your life later. Bottom line, do what works for you. Make sure to take conscious decisions. Our brains are programmed to take easier decisions, so turn your environment around. Make sure the painful things are easier to do and the more instant pleasures are harder to access. I know this video turned out to be slightly preachy, but this is just me, Seher, trying out different ways to convince you to live your best life ever. Stay tuned for my next week's video where I take you to my gym and seek and share advice from my mentor cum coach. See you next week.